Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I am sick, so I sound very stuffy, but today I want to talk about acid reflux and indigestion. I've been getting so many people telling me that they have acid reflux and indigestion and that their doctor gave them antacids, but that's actually making them worse and not helping. So I am here to just explain, number one, why you get indigestion and acid reflux in the first place, number two, why regular pharmaceuticals will not help, and number three, how to eliminate it naturally. So I'm going to just jump right in and just start by saying that when you go to the doctors with acid reflux and indigestion, they don't ever check your stomach acidity levels. It's very rare. I have gone to them several times and they have prescribed me antacids without even doing any type of testing. So what happens is the reason why antacids usually don't work is because acid reflux, heartburn, indigestion, bloating, all of that stuff is actually usually caused by low stomach acid. Antacids are alkaline and they kind of try to bring up the acidity in the stomach, but you want to have an acidity of about 1.5 to 3 in the stomach. The acidity in the stomach is what releases the enzymes pepsin and other enzymes that are going to break down your food, and if your stomach is not acidic enough, the enzymes won't be able to break down your food. You're going to have malnutrition, you're not going to have access to all those nutrients in the food, and it's going to be very hard to digest protein specifically, which will then be fermenting in your intestines and causing bloating and all of this stuff. So heartburn is usually a sign of low stomach acid, and I know it kind of sounds crazy, and to a lot of people they're just always believed that if you have heartburn or something, it just means there's too much stomach acid, and that is not the case at all. So number one, do not take antacids, because that is actually creating a bigger problem, which is what we don't want. We're trying to avoid. We want our stomach to be more acidic. I knew a few people too who didn't want to take antacids because they weren't as natural, so they said, I'm going to just drink a lot of liquid chlorophyll before my meal to kind of bring my stomach acidity down because I have too much. And I was like, no, don't do that. You're going to have so many problems, and it's not good. So the first thing that you can do before you even take anything, any type of supplement, I would just say chew your food extremely well. It'll just be smaller particles. It'll be a little bit easier for your stomach to break down. Also, when you have low stomach acid, there's many things that can cause it. Number one is drinking too much water and liquids during your meals or right before your meals. Another thing is stress. Stress causes your stomach acid to drop a lot. Your body doesn't produce as much hydrochloric acid, so stress causes a lot of that. Also, if you're very stressed, your pancreas will release more of like the alkaline juices that kind of combat the acidity of the stomach acid, and if your pancreas is releasing too much of the acidic juice, like alkaline juice, or sorry, if your pancreas is releasing too much of the alkaline juices, then it's going to kind of bring up the pH of the stomach, which is also what you don't want. So you got to reduce your stress. You need to chew your food really well. Just avoid liquids too close to your meals or during your meals, especially herbal teas. Don't drink an herbal tea right after dinner. That's not good. And then aging also lowers your acid production. So if you're getting older, if you're already, I'm going to say even in your 60s, then maybe you'll want to start thinking about supplementing with hydrochloric acid. So those are just a few factors that can lower stomach acid. There are a lot more. Those are the main ones. So now that you kind of understand that, before you take any supplements or anything, the first thing, like I said, you want to do is make sure you're chewing your food really well. The second thing you can do is drink apple cider vinegar about 20 minutes before your meal, or take a half or one whole lemon, like organic lemon, squeeze it in a teeny bit of water and just chug it back. That's going to kind of help stimulate your stomach, and it'll help start producing more gastric juices. And that'll help break down your food. If that doesn't work, if that's not strong enough, then you can start looking into taking a good betaine hydrochloric acid tablet. There are loads on the market, so you can find one that works for you. And just be careful, because if you do have ulcers, you want to stay away from hydrochloric acid, because that means you have too much acidity. But if you don't have ulcers, then hydrochloric acid is a good way to go. And I take hydrochloric acid right before my meal. I usually take about 2 capsules. And then right after your meal, you can take a digestive enzyme or 2. I take 2 digestive enzymes right after my meal. And just what this does is it not only provides your body with acidity, it also provides it with the necessary enzymes to break everything down, which is what you need. And that's going to prevent heartburn, it's going to prevent indigestion, it's going to prevent bloating and gas. It's also going to give your body those extra tools that it needs to get and extract and assimilate all of those nutrients in your food that you're eating. So you can be eating really healthy, but if you still feel malnourished and you're still having lots of problems, then it's probably because your body's not actually absorbing the nutrients from the food, which could be due to low stomach acid. So, and I'm sorry, I know I talk so fast, so I hope this makes sense to you guys, but those are just some of the things. But I'm gonna say the biggest thing is definitely taking a hydrochloric acid tablet. You can also take bromelain, which is from a pineapple. I find that really helps if I take it after a meal. So that's just another thing, and I think you can buy them in capsules. So hydrochloric acid, bromelain, apple cider vinegar, and then, like I said, avoid drinking liquids during your meal, as that brings the acidity of the stomach up, which is what you don't want. And avoid drinking herbal teas right after dinner. I used to do this after my meal. I would sit back and have a tea, and I thought that was relaxing. I never thought about the effects it would have on my stomach. So just avoid herbal teas for a little while after dinner. And then a good thing to do is maybe go for a walk after you've had a meal. That kind of helps get things moving and digesting. But yeah, so definitely do not take antacids. Unless you truly have high stomach acid and you've been tested for it and you have ulcers. Otherwise, do not take antacids at all. If you have heartburn and indigestion, it is related to low stomach acid, and you need to lower the acidity of your stomach. So like I said, apple cider vinegar, lemon water, hydrochloric acid, digestive enzymes, those are all good things that are gonna help. And then don't expect results like the first time you do it. Do it for a little bit and you'll start noticing that you don't have acid reflux and indigestion as much, and just make sure you're chewing your food. So I hope this video helps. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch it, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.